When CF Moto comes to mind, one of the more exciting thoughts is the idea of a more powerful NK series. Coming off the heels of the highly regarded best-selling 400 NK and 650 NK, it makes sense, right? An even more powerful NK. Well, Moto Strada and CF Moto, they were like, you know what, let's up the NK series even more. And here we are, the big brother, the CF Moto 800 NK.
Dry your eyes, wipe your tears. I never like to see you cry. I wouldn't never try to hurt you. I just needed someone to...
On paper, it's already a who's who of desirable numbers and configurations. The engine is an 8-valve, liquid-cooled, double overhead cam parallel twin. Now, the parallel twin design sits well with CF Moto, I noticed. Ever since the 400 NK, they're pretty comfortable with this design, and they just kept running with it with success. Power, we are at 95 HP with 81 Newton meters of torque. You want some real-world power in this mid-sized market? Well, you're gonna get it. Lights are LED all the way, wheels are at 17s. Suspension front and rear are being held up by KYBs. Pretty good choice right there, I like KYBs. Brakes are double discs at the front and a single disc at the rear, with ABS of course by Bosch. Riding the 800 NK is definitely an up in the experience department if you're coming from the 400 NK or even the 650 NK. It's just more of everything from power, braking, and riding. One can argue the 400 NK is the more flickable bike in the sense that it is lighter and will handle better because of the shorter wheelbase. For everyday use, depending on what kind of a day is like for you, it's pretty comfy, although of course it will feel heavier over lighter bikes when traffic turns into a maddening crawl. So think about what a typical day is like for you before buying, well, any bike. The KYB suspension they put here, I like it because it's just in the middle of full-on sport and daily riding. You can do a bit of sporty stuff on it and you can tour okay also. It's not going to be the best for touring, neither will it be the best for sport stuff, but you can do a bit of both. Just in the middle, just right. Man, I need to change slippers already. Gutay-gutay na to eh. Mamaya ka na. Now, just a case in point here, you would always hear me say from time to time when a new bike comes along from the new manufacturer, it's like the best bike for that brand already. It happens in Makina. But the thing here is, it's not always the case. There will be some newer bikes wherein some of the customers will prefer the older one. So case in point, ginawa ng Suzuki with the GSX S1000 GT. For me, that's like the best foot forward of Suzuki. Well, so far as of today. But the thing is, that engine is 16 years old, so there wasn't much progression. They kept what was working and just worked the body around the engine. Not with CF Moto though. They've been coming up with new stuff, new frame, new this, new that, and they have progressively been improving in such a short amount of time. I mean, kailan lang yun? They came out strong with their bestseller, the NK400. When I rode that, I was like, uy, okay to ha, diba? So let's take a closer look. You got nice wheels at the back, and we got a nice standard look here. Of course, this is the N100 NK standard sport naked nila. It's very aggressive. It's a tough looking bike, very angular, a lot of nice edges. This is what I would say is like stealing the show. Look at that. I'm gonna light that up later on, but the first thing I want to show you is this massive, this is like a highlight for me from this bike. I mean, this is big. Okay, now let's get my chinelas. Look at that. Look at how big that thing is. Size 11 po tayo, okay, sa mga curious. Size 11 ang paa ni Sir Zach. Look at that display. Ang laki. Literally, parang kami tablet dyan, diba? Now, how to start this? This is keyless. Meron tayong susi, of course. This is what the key looks like. If you need to use the key for the tank, just press this one. It goes like this. Chak! Maganda rin to kasi I think I mentioned in another video, kung may trouble, diba? Parang, ano ha? Ano problema mo ha? Gusto mo trouble ha? You have to press the clutch over here, press up, and then down. There you go. So the first thing it's going to show you, like other displays with cars, it warns you, please use the system while observing traffic rules. Please stop the vehicle before touching the screen. Confirm. So pagpasok mo dito sa display na to, automatically you're going to get into maps, right? And this is just amazing for me. It's like telling you, okay, adventure na tayo, eto na yung mapa, diba? Eto na yung mapa. And you have all of the other apps that you can tap into. So you got your media, you can hook up your phone. Meron kang phone, so you can, you know, answer the phone. You have a fault query. Let me press the fault query. The vehicle has no fault, which is amazing if you want to check your bike before taking off. So that's pretty nifty. Press again the apps. You have Apple CarPlay. You can choose between Android or Apple, depending on what phone you have. So of course Android. Ang wala lang dito, I think, is what you gotta, you know, download is Android Auto. Yun ang wala dito. Meron silang Apple CarPlay pero wala pang Android Auto. So it's a matter of downloading that. So right now we are in sport mode. I'm gonna press map again. Okay, now I have this thing. It's a mic. Not enough headsets. Because usually in your car, when you press that, you can speak within the car, which makes sense kasi nga tahimik sa loob ng kotse, diba? As opposed to here, you can talk, but you need a headset. See, not enough headsets. Kasi nung nakita ko to, parang talaga magsasalita ko to the helmet, parang sabihin ko, hey Google, look for this and that. Syempre hindi ka maririnig ng ng motor, no? So you need a headset for that. So we can integrate with that. Scrolling this down, putting it aside, you got all of these other things going on here as well. It's super easy to figure out. Pretty cool tablet. I have never seen a display on a bike this big ever. You might be thinking, Zach, is this practical na para sila nagpatong ng tablet dyan? I mean, is it ergonomically safe? I mean, looking at it from here, I know it's like parang bagay ba? For me, ako gusto ko siya, I like it. From here, it's not that noticeable. See, so but to address that, my suggestion to CF Moto is maybe they can have like a cowl here to cover this part. So wala na masasabi mga tao. Wala na sila masasabi, baka tumatsik yan, aerodynamic hazard, blah, 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 blah. I think if they cover this, I think it might look good. Although I'm trying to imagine, I think it should be okay. I'm not also sure if the orientation can be put this way, landscape style, para mas ma-accommodate siya at hindi siya protruding sa harap. Nevertheless, this is just something else, right? So in terms of switches and all of that, it's all primo here. I'm trying to nitpick here. I can't see anything faulty. Even the side view mirror, I know some of you have already commented na parang, Zach, wala naman pumasa sa yung mirror. Well, eto pumasa sa akin. Look at it from this end. It's screaming, I am a two-piece. Pretty agile in that sense. You can move it this way, you can move it this way, you can go up, go down. It's stylish, it looks nice, it fits the lines of the bike. Solid din siya. If there's something here that, you know, the other manufacturers can pick up from in terms of how to make a proper motorcycle mirror, well, they can learn a lot from CF Moto kasi yan, okay yan. I would really look for more color this time. I mean, this day and age, I don't know. I think it's a mood thing. It's a seasonal thing. Dati sobrang trip ko yung mga plain colors like this one. Basically, this is highlight, glossy, and matte black. But right now, I really like colorful bikes like white, red, dash of brown, maybe burgundy, you know. Colorful bikes is what I'm looking for lately. In terms of quality from here on the side, they're all pretty okay, primo, as CF Moto goes. Another challenge for CF Moto, I think, just on the design aspect. Kasi sobrang ganda na ng likod eh. For me, the rear is just great. What if single-sided swing arm to, diba? Para ma-clear out yung rear wheel, I think that would be really awesome. Nice touch on the tambucho na nasa taas dyan. I think that's also great. You're looking at the pillion, hindi ko to bibilhin para ako yung may maangkas. This is not gonna be the most comfortable pillion seat out there. Dito halos wala na foam. I can't press anything. It's tough. Wala, as in tigas na talaga siya. Pero dito lumalambot na siya. But for me, yeah. This one naman, mukhang manipis. Pero surprisingly, this is actually very, very comfortable. Unlike yung mga ibang sport nakeds na parang nilagyan na ng plywood, tas upholstery, tas tapos ka na, tas bahala ka na, tiis bowie ka na kasi syempre sporty, racing, banking. But not this one. This is actually pretty comfortable. So that said, hindi ko to gagamitin pang pillion. Ditch ko na to para super linis din siya, para okay siya. Another thing that I actually appreciate is how they tucked in the catalytic over there. Some kasi pinipilit na sa ilalim and they flatten it out and nako-compromise yung clearance mo. Kasi maganda ng clearance natin dito eh. And they managed to put it right there, right in that spot. And I think that's pretty brilliant. In terms of the headlight, yeah, napakaganda ng ating headlight. For me, this is very definitive. And this is what I mean when CF Moto is trying to design something veering away from the pack. Gusto nila sila lang parang kami ganito yung design namin. Oh, tignan nyo yan, di ba? Kakaiba. Look at that. Passing. That is for our turn signals. And if we look at our brakes, okay, I'm gonna shut up now kasi I am here in our amphitheater sa village and yan po yung aming simbahan or yung likod ng simbahan at ayoko namang bulabog. Baka sabihin ng pare, masisako. Anyway, you heard that, right? And for me, what you hear, it is proportion to the power that it's giving. Kasi iba parang ang ganda-ganda ng tunog pero ang bagal. Ito upak din yan. Kung ano narinig mo, pretty much it's representing the power really, really well. Nice touch here also. Pag ikaw nagsisignal papunta dito, yan naman naiilaw. Parang Night Rider. Kanan naman, papunta naman doon. Busina. Apart from that, what I'm not familiar with is the brand of the tires that they put here. This is Supermax tires. And yeah, I'm not familiar with Supermax tires. It is a brand that is made in Taiwan. To be fair though, okay naman siya sa twisties. It didn't feel hairy for me in some of the corners. Would I change it? Well, initial impression ko naman dito sa tires ito, okay naman siya. So, wag nyo munang palitan. Pudpurin nyo muna si Supermax tires. Supermax ST. Now about the riding position, since sporty yung ating orientation dito, hindi naman siya nakakapagod gamitin as much. Like what I said, the seat is pretty comfortable compared to other sport nakeds out there. Maganda yung aking leg room, the position of my feet, and my position also when I am trying to negotiate my route in terms of kung twisties ba, ako ba'y nakakapag-adjust kagad. I can, but not much. It's still more on the sports side. Center of gravity, yung side na, kung ito yung upuan, hindi siya nakaganon. So, hindi ako nagsaslide dito for the ipit betlog syndrome. Kung ito yung tank, tandito ako, I can just sit there in the middle without me sliding to the front, like that. Now, I don't know if you see that there. Meron pong pusa. The welds, down pat, that's pretty okay. Pretty good bike, pretty solid. Walang perpektong motor. And with the many choices out there, manufacturers have no choice but to push and squeeze what they can in exchange for our hard-earned money. It's competition, it's the way it is. We are now at 458,900, which actually is in itself already compelling reason to buy this, especially with what they've got going, with performance and that huge display, which in my opinion is setting the tone and the bar for displays or gauges in the segment. In my opinion, they have the best display in the market right now. Other manufacturers should start hauling ass after what CF Moto did here. But again, as a rider, if CF Moto can somehow figure out to give us more for the money, because such is our nature as consumers, we demand more for the money, right? But let's be realistic, maybe this can happen in the near future, not just like right now, but something for CF Moto to consider, like cornering ABS, cornering traction control, and maybe more integration with an app that can check out what the bike is doing in real time, like the performance, like what the engine is doing, like the oil pressure, all that stuff, all in an app. I think that would be great. Now again, if in the near future CF Moto can pull that off in an undeniable don't think twice price range, in this already very challenging arena of mid-sized nakeds, on paper, the 800 NK could very well be the best bike in the market. The only advantage older brands would have would of course be their heritage and their badge. But such are the realities of growing pains and of being relatively new in the market. But you know what? So far, CF Moto has been walking the walk, they've been talking the talk, and this bike is showing that they are still on the right path. Keep it up, CF Moto, and again, fantastic job on that display. This is Zach for Makina Moto Features. Ciao.